it's Lindsay. I'm sick. I don't know. Oh, hi. There's people. Hey. How's everyone doing? It's strange to be here by myself talking. I'm trying to keep myself busy. Hello, Nancy, Arlene, Melissa, Debbie, Andrea. Yeah. Hi. What are we going to talk about today? Hey, Pat. Let's see. I tried to bring some stuff with me. Hey, Brenda. Hello. How are you, Skip? I'm well, thank you. Mom's sick. Dad's sick. They got it from Austin, Tracy's son. So I've been staying away from all of them because I don't want to be sick. What am I working on? I have been working on, I posted a picture in the Facebook group of the layer cake love with the fossil rim fabric. So that's what I'm working on. And I got my rows all separated and or my columns. And I did put a couple of columns together. Here's my sewn columns. And let's see. Yay, Lori. Austin's fine. Natalie and Tracy and Austin and Tony all had it. My family is the only one that hasn't had it. And we have been hibernating in our house. Not leaving unless we have to. So far everybody in my house is healthy. But Boone has 8 teeth coming in at once. It's kind of ridiculous. So hopefully he'll be feeling better soon. Poor little baby. I'm also making a baby quilt for my girlfriend who's due in March. And I started putting that together. I cut the squares for it a while ago. I was going to do just a 4-patch and hand tie it, but now I'm thinking that I might free motion quilt it. Yeah, 8 teeth at once. He's ridiculous. All of his teeth come in like 4 at a time. There's 4, his eye teeth, and then the first molars came through on the bottom, and now all 4 of those are coming through on the top. Yeah, but he's pretty tough. I've only had to give him some stuff for it yesterday and today. Hopefully the rest of them will come in quickly. I just poked myself with a pin. Row 5. I guess I better put that back on so I know which one is which. They're not actually rows. They're technically columns. But I always write rows on my notes because it's smaller and I don't have to use as big of a piece of paper. I don't know which one it is now. Must be this one. Oh, thumbs up for Lindsay. I think she's fine. I didn't even go in the house. I just let myself into the studio. So I'm not going in there. I'm staying where it's germ-free. It's strange being by myself. Thanks for asking. Kind of nervous. Oh, hey, Phyllis. I'm glad you figured out how to comment. Hey, Jennifer. So I might try and pick out some stitches. I quilted this charity quilt and I messed up. and I have a bunch of stitches to pick out, and I didn't want to take it off the long arm when I did it, so I just finished it. So now I have to figure out which stitches are the good stitches and which stitches I have to pick out. Quite the job for myself. Take care. Sorry about the dead air. Yeah, I'm staying away from the flu. That's not for me. I don't want to do that. Thanks, Skip. Yeah, I'm staying away from them. I don't mind. I guess I don't mind picking out stitches. No, I can't leave them all in. I wish I could. If it was my quilt, I would just leave it all in, but it's a customer quilt. Well, it's a charity quilt that a customer made. So, if it was my quilt, I would for sure just leave it in. I'm not picking that out. Working on what I call an alternate Austin quilt while watching. Oh, nice. Is that, Phyllis, was that the Quilt As You Go? Hey, Brenda. Hi, Linda. We got a bunch of newbies. Oh, Janny, I don't do free motion on the long arm yet. I'm going to, but so far I've just been doing edge to edge designs. They're like the building blocks. You learn how to do custom work after you know how to do the edge to edge and this and that. Let's see. I'd have to ask Margaret. I think she told me I had to pick them out, which is, it's okay. Picking out long arm stitches makes you be a lot more careful while you're stitching, so you don't have to pick them out next time. Hi, Sammy. Yes, Kaylee, that's how I don't mind ripping apart blocks. That's fine. It's not even a big deal. I just rip it right out the way Mom does. And sometimes I do rip my fabric, but if it's my quilt, I don't care. I'll just like piece something together. Hi, Cindy. People are texting me. Oh, Margaret. Margaret is not feeling well. And she said Tamiflu is gross. Must be she's watching. Only do domestic quilting. Yeah. So, I don't know. I definitely learned to be very careful from picking out long arm stitches. And it stinks when you do it wrong because then it ends up like taking you a while to get it picked out. I'm just going to fix it and be done with it. At least I don't have to put it back on the long arm because I finished the quilting. Let's see. I'm going to attempt Quilt As You Go. Just got the Leah Day Walking Foot book. That book is really good. I like it a lot. I want to do some ruler quilting with my Angela Walters rulers. I have to have Mom show me how to change the foot on the long arm though, because we don't have a ruler foot, a Bernina ruler foot. Mom and I share feet. She's really nice and lets me borrow her feet. Going to attempt Quilt As You Go. That sounds good. Hope you post pictures. She is too sick to hand sew. I think she's too sick to get out of bed. Hello, Carrie. Brought my coffee. I commandeered Derek's coffee mug. Heard you and your mom mention a retreat. Do you know what, where, when, so I can save money to attend? Yes, there is we are planning a retreat in October. I don't know any specifics. I know that she's talked to a couple of places. So she has 2 places in mind, and I think she's going to start trying to shore. Oh, yeah, she says I'm correct, she is in bed, not hand sewing. But there's 2 places that she's got in mind, and she's going to let us know more. I know that's on the agenda to start solidifying those arrangements. So as soon as we know more, we will share. Thanks, Brenda. Let's see. I've got the Leah Day book and just bought Angela's slim ruler, and her t-shirt quilting is my therapy. Yeah, I love Angela. She's awesome. It's nice to see you too, Teresa. I don't know how to adjust the stitch length on the long arm. For piecing, I don't go super short. Like when I piece open, I do like 1.6, just because I don't want the rows to start coming apart because I'm kind of rough on things. But I don't like picking out stitches smaller than 1.6. It starts to get a little hairy. I'm doing a panel for my son, and I wanted to put a couple of borders on it. How do you decide what size borders when putting on more than one border? I don't know. Hi, Katie. I've only done a couple of borders, and the ones that I did, let's see. I think this one was 2, and that one was 4.5. I don't know. Someone else might have a suggestion. Hi, Donna. What does Mom say? Margaret's texting me. She said, what balances? Okay. I guess Margaret's going to text me answers while we're live. For borders, she says to choose sizes that balance. So, Mom, like twice the size, so you do 2 inches, and then you do 4 inches, and then you do 8 inches. Lindsay, what was my very first project, and do I still have it? No. Okay, yes. So Mom said you do a border that balances it. So if you double the size as you progress outward, it'll stay balanced. My first project, I don't know. When we were kids, we used to make Christmas ornaments for our Christmas swap. But my first like sewing quilt project was this huge king size rag quilt that I never finished ragging. It's like half ragged, but it's on my bed. I use it all the time. It's so big I have to take it to the laundromat to wash it. My borders are always dependent on how much fabric I have left. That makes sense. Let's see. I did FMQing on a panel, and it turned out great. I had fun following the pattern the first time. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. People are always wondering how to quilt panels. I don't really know because I haven't quilted any panels. I think Mom usually just suggests like a edge to edge. Let's see. I want to try one of those cheater panels that Leah Day's always talking about that have like the lines to practice quilting. Oh, Margaret says an 8-inch border is huge. So I don't know. Don't do that. I think that's what she means by that. Don't do an 8-inch. I'm thinking about making Sarah's star. Not the whole thing, just the center block. I wasn't one of the ones that tested it, but now I'm kind of thinking that I want to. It looks really cool. We got half square triangles with strip sets. Suppose cut triangles and piece solid them, but I thought place solid on top of strips and cut in half. Did not work. Strips the wrong way. Well, that happens. I don't know how. Maybe Margaret will chime back in on quilting the panel because I haven't quilted a panel. I'm not sure. I'll make a note. I'm making notes for Mom. Quilting a panel. I'm thinking of doing Sarah Star, but Scrappy using my stash. Hi, Geraldine. Mom is sick with the flu, so she's staying in bed, and I'm taking over for a little bit. Let's see. How do I go back? There we go. Borders depend on how big you want your quilt to end up. Oh, that's right, Diane, because a quilt gets big really fast when you add borders onto it. Angela's thinking about doing Sarah's Star, but Scrappy using my stash. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I have a bunch of fat quarters because every time I go to my Bernina shop, he's got like a stack of fat quarters and I just pick up a couple. So I'm thinking I might do that just for fun. Oh. Hi, Grandma. I love all the new products. 1 inch and then 3 inch. Kaylee. If you draw a line on the Sarah Star 8s, you end up with 16 half square triangles too. I don't want to do half square triangles. And you hand tied it. Oh, okay. Yeah, we get ambitious and bite off a lot. Where did you find Leah Day panels? I think she sells them on her website. I've seen them in her videos. Yeah, there we go. Nancy says they're on her website. Usually try to 1/4 or 1/3 my block's size for the first border, and then at least half the size of the block for the outer border. Oh, that sounds like a good reasoning. Let's see, Lindsay, you're doing good. So glad you're helping your mom. Oh, thank you. I'm doing Sarah's Star with my fat quarter bundle and stash solids. Oh, sweet. That'll be cool. So I've seen a Scrappy Sarah's Star, and I think at some point Mom's gonna share that with everybody, and it is really neat looking. Thanks, Graham. Let's see. I probably missed things, so you'll have to ask again if I miss it. What else do I have going on in here? Oh, let's see. I brought my bag, my sewing bag. Oh, my Aunt Barb sent me this book. Easy Layer Cake Quilts. I'm gonna check it out, see if there's anything fun in here. Those look hard. Fancy markers. I don't want to take a picture, so I'm not sure. Hi, Michelle. Cheater panels from Joanne Fabrics. Okay. What have you got in your sewing bag? We're all intrigued. Oh, this is my sewing bag, and it's not canvas. I don't know what material this is. It's one of Mom's bags. They used to go on, my aunt still does it, but they did like shop hops, and they would go to quilting shows and stuff. My aunt, when she had her quilt shop, would arrange like bus trips. So she would go to all the quilting shows and get all these really nice, super sturdy handled bags. I'm pretty sure that's where this one came from. What else do I have in my bag? Let's see. A ruler that I need to return to Mom. If you use thread that blends and keep it soft, it may not take away from the panel. That sounds like good advice, Nancy. Let's see. More rulers. My Angela Walters rulers are still in here from last week. Oh, I have a whole bunch of patterns by Annie Patterns, mostly, that I made Mom order for me. And this closet case pattern. I don't know if I'm going to make this yet. I want to make, there's a anorak pattern that I want to make first. Yeah, it is a bag. Well, the other ones I use are even bigger. They hold, I can put like 6 bolts of fabric in it because I have to lug them back and forth when I cut fabric. Let's see. I saw those on Missouri Star Quilt Company. She does a video on layer cakes. Yeah. My aunt got it. I think she already had it, so she ended up with 2. So she sent it to me. I don't think I have that one. Oh, I have this in my bag too. This is a cute pattern, and it calls for quilting cotton. I took it from Mom. I was like, Mom, that's really cute. Why haven't you made that? She asked me to make her some other thing. And I was like, that's not going to look good. What else do we have? Oh, I have some unfinished bags. They're not done yet. Strong candles. They are heavy. I find the hardest part about following a pattern is getting started and cutting the fabric. I measure and read and reread before I cut. It almost paralyzes me from the start. I totally get that. I just make Mom's patterns. Let's see. I use a 3-stitch length for piecing and quilting in the ditch. Do I need to reinforce it somehow, or will it stay together okay? This is my first quilt. Did you quilt it heavily, Donna? 3 is kind of loose for piecing, but I wouldn't go, honestly, if it's already done, I wouldn't go back and redo it. I think it'll be okay. If you're concerned about it coming apart, I would just go in and quilt it heavier. Because really, once it's all done and together, the quilting bears most of the brunt. Yeah, 3 is pretty loose. My Bernina defaults at 2.5, but I can change it. Thanks, Kathy. I piece between like 1.8 and 2. I want to keep, yeah, for next time, Donna, I would stick with like a 2-stitch length. For quilting, I usually go up just because I like to balance the stitch. I usually quilt around 2.7. Jennifer thinks it'll be okay. Yeah, I think it'll be, I wouldn't undo it, that's for sure. If it's done, don't undo it. Just go forward. Let's see what else we got. I have to figure out how to change my default because my straight stitch defaults at 2.5. But I would prefer to default at like 2. You piece at 1.5. Yeah, some people do. And open seams, I always piece. I use a shorter stitch length. I like 1.6 because it's not terrible to pick out. But other people recommend a shorter, even shorter stitch length for piecing open or for pressing open. I'm just kind of lazy. I don't want to pick them apart that small. I just want to take my seam ripper and rip it out quick. Yeah, done is better than perfect. That's right. It's exciting to move on. You don't want to get drudged down by other things. Lindsay, do you have any recommendations for infant clothing pattern? I'm looking at an infant romper for expected grandbabies. Let's see. So there are some, I'm in a bunch of PDF pattern groups, and there are some, there's like, I've heard Made by Jack's Mom, or Made by Jack's Mum, I think it's a UK based. I think they have good infant patterns. Infants are hard. I tried to make Boone some clothes. Hey, Gail! I tried to make Boone some clothes, and his measurements are like all over the place. He was like a 40 in the belly and like a 18 months or something in the chest. I found the little kids' clothes more difficult. Just discovered you guys about a month ago, I believe. I love you and your mom and never participated in live chat. Oh, hey, Carolyn. I'm glad you made it. There are, let's see, who else? I'm trying to think of the kids' patterns. Who makes the harem? There's a harem romper that's popular. It's especially for cloth baby or cloth diapered babies because they have bigger, rounder tushies. So they need something with more room through there. Carrie loves sewing infant clothes. Let's see. Hey, Karen. Thanks. So your mom is ill. This is the first time I've been able to comment. I have been watching for over a year. Oh, well, I'm glad you figured out how to comment. I don't know why they make that button so small for joining the live chat. I couldn't find it for a while. Let's see. Oh, so I'm taking these blacks back. I love the tutorial on the bag. Waiting for the pattern now. Oh, yes. The Sew Together bag. That bag is really cute. And I'm glad that Mom did a video on it because I looked at the pattern and I was really confused. Cottage Mama is great. And they have a Facebook group. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Carrie. So we were going to do a Tula Pink quilt, but I think Mom has moved on to her own stuff, which is fine. She tends to do that. She's kind of all over the place. But I made all these blocks with my Tula Pink fat quarters. So I want to finish this quilt because I'll be sad if my Tula Pink goes to waste. So I made all these blocks. They didn't come out right. I had to square everything up. They were pretty wonky. But I'm going to put them together. And I also have, when you do it, it's like a half squared triangle thing or whatever, so you end up with two. They tell you in the pattern to only sew one, but I went ahead and just sewed both sides of my line because I wanted to use the rest of my pieces. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these. I think I might just put them in with the quilt. Let's see. I got a pattern and a roller, not cheap combo. So far the directions for cutting are wrong. I had bought fabric for the project and wouldn't have enough. So far, I need 4 inches of background. I lost my mouse. There it is. Is that for... Cheryl, which pattern is that? Oh, Sherry, I'm sorry. Where's Mom? Just got to get on. So Mom is not feeling well. She has the flu, so she is sick and in bed. You could place your backing. You could piece my backing with the extras too. Nancy, I am just going to use extra wide backing because Mom has it and it's easy. It's less sewing and it gets me to the quilting faster. Will our next Sarah Star quilt video be on YouTube February 15th again? Yes. It should be up February 15th. Yeah, my sister said that the flu is spreading through wildfire in the schools. Thankfully, we haven't gotten it yet. Hopefully, Lion won't. My kids are usually really healthy. They don't get sick very often. We're really lucky. What did you do with your first machine Singer? Oh, so Lion has it. I gave Lion my Singer for her birthday in July, and she sews up a storm. She makes all kinds of stuff for her dolls. She's made herself some things. I mean, they're not very pretty, but she's really excited about sewing. So, she uses it all the time. She was sewing before I came over here. And she gets really into it, and I'm about it. I'm like, there's the bag of scraps. You need some thread. Here you go. What do you need? Until she starts asking me for my fabric, and then I'm like, no. No. Oh, that's really sad. Yeah, the flu has been bad this year. I've been hibernating so that I don't get the flu. So it's a disease with no vaccine. That's right. It's an addiction. It's a good one. She loves it. I'm glad that she loves it. It gives us something to do together, and she's excited about learning. So I try to encourage her. What else do I have? Mom's been working. Oh, so she was gonna fabric is store. It's right here in Texas too. Oh, not Disney the Blessing. The For Austin quilt behind you looks fabulous. Thanks, Gail. I was really happy with how it turned out. I wasn't so sure how square it was going to be until I got those borders on there. And I was like, sweet, did all the work for me. When you did the leggings, is that out on Facebook? They were cute. No. I haven't done a legging video or anything. I don't really feel super confident yet in my ability to teach other people. I haven't made, like, I've made a bunch of them, but I haven't, like, fitted the pattern to a lot of other people, and I just want to make sure I'm giving good information before I just plunge right in and make a video. So at some point, my aunt has asked me to teach my other aunts and cousins how to make leggings. So I think we're going to do that. They're all going to bring their sergers up to Mom's studio, and we're going to have a day of making leggings. There was no video on Friday. There was supposed to be this is it. The just in case. Mom's been working on the just in case, and she was going to show everybody. Last weekend, she was holding out, and then I cut all the kits for it. So she didn't really have a choice. But this is part of her just in case that she was working on. No, quilting is wonderful. It's not a disease. Oh, thanks, Gail. Did she ever make a video on the Santa sack? No, she didn't. I don't think she ended up buying the fabric for it. I know that we were going to, but I'm glad that everybody likes my patterns. I have a lot more coming up that I have to write. I'm working on Lion's quilt. I have to do the Snowman Meadow quilt. There's 2 of them. And then I'm still working on all the Sarah Star ones. So it's been pretty intense trying to get the ones that I finished done. I'm glad everybody likes them, though. Okay. Let's see. This is not one of yours. It was Mode Strawberry. by So Fine. I contacted them and the designer and no help. Ugh. That stinks. I hate it when that happens. That's why I just make mom's patterns usually, because even if she's a little bit wrong, it usually works out just fine. We usually catch it pretty early. Well, and I guess for the second quarter quilt, we were going to do somebody else's pattern, but I convinced her that she should do her own. I was like, I don't want to do somebody else's patterns. Let's just do yours, Margaret. Your directions have made it easier for me to quilt. Thanks, Deb. And Diane. My grandma's super proud of me, too. So Expo, March 1st to 14th. So many ideas, so little time. I'm hoping we can go to Quilt Market this year. I think that would be cool. I've never been to a quilt show. Well, I've been to like a little quilt show. I helped Mom do a quilt show at one of the high schools nearby. And I was super pregnant. So that was fun. I say, let's stick with Margaret's patterns. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, Mom, if they wanted to do other people's patterns, they would go and watch the videos for those or their websites or whatever. But they want to do your patterns, and I want to do her patterns. I don't want to do somebody else's patterns. Yeah, Grandma is. She's super proud of all of us. Thanks, Skip. She has cultivated quite the group of artists, that grandma of mine. I can't seem to do the catch-all caddy. I need a very step-by-step tutorial. This is the first bag for me ever. Mariana, did you watch Margaret's tutorials for the catch-all caddy? If you need more help, I will contact her and she'll be happy to help you. Margaret at missmarkersquilts.com. There's a link in the description box. Yeah, I like Mom's patterns. They're fun. So she's working on designing the second quarter quilt pattern. And then I have to write instructions for it. See, that's what I told her. I was like, yeah, everybody wants to do your patterns, Margaret. Don't do somebody else's. Graham, we're lucky to have you. I called Grandma and I asked her if she was going to come over and do the live with me. And she said no, but she was like, what would I say? And I said, you're the most knowledgeable quilter I know. But my uncle was there, so not today. Let's see, I agree. I thoroughly believe in teaching your kids to sew, basic sewing skills, to at least repair their clothes. Self-taught sewing YouTube channels such as yours make learning possible for everyone. Yeah, the internet's great. I love the internet. It totally opens up education for everyone. I'm a big fan. Let's see. Your mom and you too. The patterns are almost a course on quilting. So, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I went to college for a long time. I have read a lot of textbooks. And that's kind of like my style. I don't like fiction books. I like reading textbooks. And you can kind of tell from my patterns because they're written like a textbook. How was the snow last week? Your car was buried. Oh, it's good. It's melting. It's 40 degrees out, so It hasn't snowed in a few days. Lion and I went to Connecticut on Friday. The weather was good. It was just cold. Why are you saying sorry, Graham? No, Graham, don't be sorry. It's okay. I just thought you were already coming over here, but you meant tomorrow. I'll be fine. You're still here with me. You're in the chat. We live near the Lake Ontario, and we have a bay, so ice fishing has been really good lately too. Let's see, what did you study in college? I studied business administration. I have a liberal arts degree, and I have a health studies degree. Writing up pattern. Would they contact you through my mom? I mean, yeah, contact me through my mom, and she'll forward it to me. I don't have like a business email, so I don't want to put my email out in the internets. But when I write the pattern, I want the instruction to be complete, because most of the time the instruction's not complete. It's like, cut these pieces, sew them this way, join your blocks together. But there's a lot of steps involved that can't be expressed thoroughly enough without, you know, visuals and instruction, like more detailed instruction. I need lots of pictures with a written pattern. Well, and so I use a lot of garment patterns, and through them I've kind of been inspired on how to do the quilting patterns, because I've looked at a bunch of quilting patterns, and even like the bag patterns and stuff, they don't have a lot of visuals. Yeah, I am good with instructions. I've read a lot of them. I don't know what I was saying. I forgot. Oh, yeah, lots of pictures and visuals. I need that too. And then I have to do it to really get it to all sink in. I have to look at it and read it and do it and then look at it and read it again. So I want our instructions to have a bunch of visuals. Like, you pay $10 for a pattern or whatever, you expect to be able to have a finished product. I think a lot of times, like sometimes they just pump out patterns and they don't really test them. So my plan is to not write patterns for untested quilts. Because I don't want to put my name on something that's not going to work out. Oh, the clothing patterns. So like some of the clothing patterns that I've purchased, like the ones from Closet Case Patterns, are really good. They're very detailed. There's support like on the website. There's images for everything. They're very clear. So I've kind of found that inspirational for how to create images for our patterns. And then I just go through and like follow Mom's videos. And I'm like, oh, I need a picture for that. I need a picture for that. Looking forward to magazine quilt with Margaret's design. Oh, the Victorian Romance. Yes. She said she's made that quilt like 3 or 4 times. I don't know. Does anybody have any more questions? I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I will take good care of her. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I like that pattern. I started looking at it to rewrite the instructions. At some point, I'll get it done. I will let Mom know. I'm sure she'll probably watch this later to see how I did when she's awake. But I'll let Mom know everybody is sending her well wishes. I wonder if you could use stills from your mom's videos. I could, but they wouldn't really flow nicely with the rest of the text. Thanks, Carrie. Like, I have clothing patterns where that's what they did. They just put in a still photo from them making it, and they're never like clear enough. So I make images in a computer graphics program, and then I use that to put it in the stuff. Oh, don't forget the thumbs up. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for cheering me on. Keep the patterns in your style. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm not really good at doing things other people's way anyway. All right, everyone. Thanks for checking in. Have a nice Sunday.